I have been having amazing sex lately.
I want to hear all about it. Give me all the tea.
So I started reading spicy books again, and I've just gone all in. Like, I'm literally reading them nonstop. I have the audiobook version and the physical book version, so if I'm not reading the book, I'm listening to the book.
So the same one. You're tandem, like listening and then reading.
Yeah,
okay.
If I can't read, I'm listening, and then, you know, like, I prefer to read it, but, like, sometimes if I'm, like, washing dishes or something, it's like, I'll listen instead. Yeah. And I've just been super horny because of that, and this last weekend, we had sex every day. We have had sex every day except for one day, but one day we had sex twice. So we've had sex every day.
Twice in one day when you've been in a relationship for like 6+ years. That's Dude, an accomplishment.
We have been having sex since I was 19 years old. Okay, so I'm 32. Like we have
Sorry, Mom. Yeah, was not a virgin on the day we got married.
No, it's been a long time, and so yeah, like twice a one. Like I haven't had sex twice in one day in a really long time, and obviously like we have like a really good sex life, but I feel like it's like when you're doing it more often, it's like more fun because you can like you have like immediate like reaction to certain things where it's like if you try it one day or you're like, oh, like this felt good, and then you can like work on it more the next day versus like, you know, 4 days later or like the next week or what, you know. Yeah. I don't know.
Have you been trying new things because you're like reading about it in the book and then you're like, oh, I want to try that?
No, but I have finally let my guard down and I'm like, go down on me. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
This is a big day.
This is a big day for me. And it's like I've said multiple times, it's like, obviously, like, we have before. It's not like we never have. I just, like, I get so in my head about it. But I've just been like, you know what? Get out of your head. And I've gotten out of my head.
And are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. Yeah, and he loves it. And he's like, thank fucking God. Like, I'm so happy you're out of your head.
Good.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
It really changes everything.
It really does. And these books are great. And I'm like, I might reread some of them. Like, they're so good.
Definitely.
Like, we need to know what the books are.
It's the, oh my God. Okay, so the first one's called The Deal by Elle Kennedy. And it's like a series where there's there's 5 in this series, but then she has like a few other series too. Mm-hmm. And this one is about these college hockey players.
Hockey smut.
Hockey smut.
Know about that from Robin.
Yes, Amanda told me about this book. So she gave me her books and told me about them. And it's great because it's like each one is like one of the different hockey players on the team, and they're all like BFF/roommates. And so it's like the first one is like the first guy who's like the captain of the hockey team, and it's like he meets this girl, and it's, you know, it's this whole thing, and they're all like, you know, players, and they're so hot, and they have sex with all these girls, but then they meet this one, and, you know, everything changes. Like, of course. Yeah, a lot of times they start out hating each other, and then they're like friends. All of a sudden, you know, it's really good. So I just finished the 3rd one, so I'll be starting the 4th one tonight.
Oh my gosh.
And
then you're gonna go have sex afterwards.
Yeah, I have to. Like,
you're gonna read up until you get to the spicy scene and then go have sex.
Yes, or maybe I'll just go back and listen to, you know, some of the other book and then just go have sex.
Yeah, you gotta like write down like, okay, these are the best chapters.
I know.
Like favorite them or
bookmark
something.
them.
Yeah.
Have post-it notes.
Can you do that in Audible? Can you like bookmark things?
I don't know. That would be nice though.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'm sure there's a way.
Okay.
Someone's got to figure it out. Yeah.
Also, I remember a really long time ago, I was listening to some podcast and they had this ad on for, basically it's like Audible, but it's like for smut. It's like, it's
Dipsy.
Okay. Have you ever tried it?
No, but one of my friends was telling me that I should, because it's like, you can basically like browse categories, pick what you want to listen to, and it's like not necessarily a book, it's more like stories. Yeah. So it's like you may not be getting the like, you know, 2 hour slow burn leading up to like when they have sex, but sometimes you kind of just want to get to the point.
Yes.
So she was telling me she loves it, and it's like, but it's like $60 a year, and she had like signed up for a trial and then accidentally been charged for it. Mm-hmm. And she had a promo code, and she was trying to give it to me so I could try it, and I really wanted to try it out and then, like, talk about it, tell the posse if it was worth it or not, but we couldn't get the promo code to work. Oh. So I need to just do it, I think.
I'm going to try it.
I'm intrigued.
I'll try it. Let's both try it this week. Because I agree. Like, I'm really enjoying these books, and I definitely want to keep, like, reading more of them, but I would also like an option like that for just, like, I just need to listen for like 15 minutes and then let's
Yeah.
go.
Well, I realized the other day, I have not watched porn once since I started reading spicy books.
Wow.
Like, if I want to, like get myself off, or I want to, like, get excited because, like, Colin and I are going to have sex, I, like, don't even think to watch it now, because I'm like, I'd so much rather, like, read one of these books, because that, like, works so much better for me, I feel like.
I think that's something really interesting, because you always think of, like, you know, back in the day when guys had to have, like, magazines. And I say guys because that's what you hear. Like, the guys had magazines. And women just, we didn't watch porn, which we all did. And so it was, but what did we have for arousal? And we had stories. So I think it just, like, taps into something that's, you know, different for us. But now it's very, like, my grandmother had some smut books that I remember.
Really?
And, yes. And now I'm just like, Grandma. But it's great. Like, now as an adult, it's great. No, I just remember, like, she had this weird cabinet, and it was, like, weird shaped, and it opened, and there was just stacks of them. And
she had stacks?
She had stacks.
I love that.
And I didn't read the, like, what was inside of it, because that's not what made me curious. What I loved about them were the covers.
Yes.
And, like, seeing all the girls and, like...
like boudoir photos, basically?
Yeah. Basically. And they're just, like, on the beach, on the rocks, with, like, this really muscular guy. And she's just, like, you can kind of maybe see a nipple, you know? Like, those were, like, that's what I would look for, was, like, I liked looking at the covers of them.
Yeah.
But definitely, as I got older, I was like, ooh, these are naughty books.
Yeah. Are these books still around in your family?
No, they're not. They're not. I kind of wish they were.
See the covers.
I know.
But that would be a great shoot to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like a themed one of just like those really old, like, romance novels.
Yeah.
I bet we could go to Powell's and go to, like, the romance novel section, and they must have some old stuff there.
Oh, yeah. They definitely have vintage books at Powell's.
Yeah.
Or even we could go in, like, the rare book room and, like, take pictures of them
Yes.
for inspo.
Okay, I love this.
Yeah, I love this. We already got started with recreating a romance novel photo shoot, because we did an ACOTAR themed photo shoot a couple weeks ago. So I feel like we need to just keep it going.
And people were freaking out about it.
Yeah, they were really excited about it.
Yeah.
I still have not edited the photos.
It's okay. You will eventually.
Yeah, I'll get
Before
there.
Halloween, they'll be here.
Yeah, my deadline is Halloween.
Love. Okay, Sabrina, welcome to the pod, officially.
Hi.
We're so happy to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm really excited. A little nervous. Only never done anything like this, but it's nice hanging out with you guys. So.
Thank you.
We love you.
When we were all talking, like, a few months ago, and you were telling us about how you wear perfume to bed, immediately we were like, we need to bring her on the pod. That's, like... I just feel like that's, like, the sign of, like, someone who is doing, like, an iconic, like, self-care, self-love routine.
Yes. And I will say, it was not my idea. I was working at Victoria's Secret for a really long time, and I was in the beauty department, and I was talking to a customer who had come in, and, you know, you have to do that thing where, sorry.
No, you're fine.
We edit it, don't worry.
Phlegm in my throat. That thing where you're, like, explaining the deals and, you know, 5 for $30 and, you know, things like that. And so she was like, oh, I'm just going to get the one. And I was like, yeah, but if you get more, like, it ends up being cheaper. And she's like, no, I wear it to bed. So I don't need more than just one bottle. And I was thinking, I was just like, that's so weird. Like, who just wears perfume to bed? And after she had left, I kept thinking about it, about why she would only wear, I should have just asked her, but why she would do that. And so that night when I went to bed, I was like, let me just, you know,
Just try it.
yeah, put on my pajamas, you know, brush my hair, did my skincare, brushed my teeth. And so right before I got into bed, I just sprayed some on and I got into bed. And I remembered that night I had, like, turned over and my wrists just kind of, like, went across my face just slightly, and I could smell it, and I was like, oh, this is nice.
I love this.
And then even waking up the next day, I was like, I can still smell it, and it still smells really nice. And it definitely has been part of my routine. And I have a little glass dish next to my bed that has all the samples that I've gotten from everywhere, because you end up with so many like perfume samples, and you're just like, what am I going to do with this? It's either you use it once or you just completely don't use it at all and you just toss it out. Those are all the ones that I have by my bed, and so I can like kind of pick and choose and select what I'm going to wear that night, things like that. And it ends up, for me at least, being a really nice luxury part of my night. So I really love it, and I think everyone should have a little something. But your scent is really personal, and finding that signature scent, I think, is really important. I use it as an accessory. Some people's things are bags. Some people's things are jewelry. I really like perfume. You can always get me perfume for birthdays, Christmases, anything, and I will love it. And yeah, I love it truly when someone says, so I love sandalwood. It is my scent. Every time I smell a candle or a perfume and I look to see what's in it, sandalwood. Every time. And when people tell me, I can't smell sandalwood without thinking about you. Every time I smell sandalwood now, I think about you. I'm just like, yes.
Yeah,
I love it. It's
That's
like,
iconic.
That is, yeah.
it's an impression.
Yeah.
And, that's scent is the closest thing to memory. So I'm hoping that they have good memories of me.
I love
That's
that.
amazing. What are some of your favorite perfumes?
Well, my favorite that I wear all the time, even though it's kind of basic, is Le Labo's Santal 33 because it has sandalwood in it. And so many people wear it, but the one thing I do love about Le Labo is that it smells different on every person. Because they make it fresh, and so it really works with your like body chemistry. And so the three of us could be wearing it, and it could smell like Santal where I could recognize it, but truly if you were to sit next to that person, it could smell completely different. And I have some friends who, for whatever their body chemistry is, they can't wear like musky scents. They can't wear warm scents. So sandalwood, musk, vanilla, it smells terrible on them. For whatever reason, it's their body chemistry. And so they stick to like florals, which they're fine with, but they're just like, I can't wear it. It smells so gross on me. Like I smell myself and I think it's disgusting, and like they just can't do it. They've tried all sorts of, and they just can't do it. So I think obviously your body chemistry really plays a part in your perfume. And so I do think the best way to find it is Scentbird. I subscribed to it for a very long time, and then I ended up with like piles.
What is it?
Piles of perfume. Scentbird is where you get like a 30-day sample of whatever perfume. So you can go on their website and you can choose like whatever perfumes you want, and they're designers. So you have like all your Gucci's, and you have your Marc Jacobs and all of that stuff. And yeah, you get a 30-day like tube of it just to try it out. And you can have it where you get one tube a month. I obviously was ridiculous and got, I think, like 3 or 4 tubes a month. And that just turned into a stockpile, because not only did I have those, but I had just my regular perfumes that I had. And so I have like this now bowl of that I just like kind of, sometimes if I can't decide, I'll just close my eyes and I'll pick one, and whatever that is, then I'll put it in like their dispenser, and that's what I wear for that day. And it's great because you can throw it in your purse. It's what I took on vacation with me when I went to Mexico. So it's great if you don't want to commit to buying like a full bottle of something. But for me, like I said, I love scents, so I end up just loving everything.
I love that idea too, because there's a lot of times when I'll try something on at the store and I'm like, oh, this smells good, but it really does change when you wear it throughout the day. And there are some that truly just like don't last throughout the day, and I hate those perfumes. And so it's like, I'd love to have samples that I can wear for multiple days to really get the idea if I like it or not.
Exactly. The fun thing that I'm doing right now is mixing. Because
you're like a barista for
it's
mixology.
Just like, basically. And so it's like, if you get bored of a perfume, just try mixing 2 of them or 3 of them, and it could end up being like completely different. If the scents are too strong, try doing like a lotion of a specific scent and then a perfume of something else. It really switches things up, and it's really nice because it adds an extra layer to maybe what you normally wear. Like, I'll have my Santal, and then I have, it's kind of old, but I love it. It is, Mary-Kate and Ashley. They have their Elizabeth James, not like the Kmart Mary-Kate and Ashley.
I was like, how long have you had this?
It's probably just like so bad for your skin, like burns it when you spray it on.
No, it's like it was sold, I bought it from Sephora, and it's like this really deep, like rosy, like musky scent, and I love it. And so I've been mixing those 2 lately when I've been like going out on like dates and stuff. So like the Santal is my day perfume, and then I'll add rose on top of it as like my night perfume.
I love this idea.
Me too.
Do your dates always comment on how you smell?
Always.
That's the best.
Always.
It's the best feeling when someone says you smell so good. Nothing makes me feel better than that.
Right?
Like,
Yes.
it's a better compliment than like you look hot or I love your outfit. Like, you smell so good. It's just like, I know I'm making you feel something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
Yes. And it's the same, and I guess I feel the same way with like the way my apartment or my home smells. I had, because I'm moving, I had somebody come in to like do a walkthrough of my apartment because they were thinking about moving in. And my landlord had texted me and asked if it would be okay if we, because I'm still living there, if we go in, if she can take a look around. And I was like, yeah, that's totally fine. Like, I'll actually be home. And so, yeah, just knock on the door. So she comes in. The first thing she says is, it smells so good in here. And I was like, thank you.
What's your like cocktail of things to make it smell good in the house?
I do have a diffuser, but it is a big giant one that when you put it on low, I think it for 48 hours, like it will go off like every once in a while for 48 hours. And again, I use sandalwood. It is just, I love it. So it's just my scent. So.
Is it just straight sandalwood in your
just
diffuser?
Straight sandalwood.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course I will add like apple spice for like the fall and stuff like that because I'm a very seasonal girl.
Same.
So,
Yeah.
I have to switch it up. And then like definitely for like spring and summer, I'll try to add something a little bit lighter, more floral. But yeah, that's definitely, I have candles. I light them all the time. But yeah, it was really nice when she was like, it smells so good in here. And I was like, thanks, because I actually like had unplugged everything because I packed it all.
Yeah.
So there was no candles, there was no air fresheners. My diffuser was not being used. And so for her to still say like, it smells so good, I feel like I soaked into the walls.
Yeah.
Which
You
is
made
great.
your mark.
Yes, I made my mark. And one thing, I had an ex who, when we first started dating, like we were still seeing other people, because we weren't exclusive or anything yet. And he had told me, because he had been over to my house, and he's always said, like, it smells really good over here and things like that. And then he was seeing another girl. He went over to her house and was like, I don't like this. Does not smell like Sabrina's. Like, and so immediately I just like was like, I felt so much better.
Yeah, that's such a good way to make
Yeah.
them like remember you as the one
It
who
is.
smells good.
Well, and if you're like around each other, that's like if he leaves, he's gonna smell like you.
Yeah,
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Make your mark
Yeah.
everywhere you go.
It happens. It happens. Like when you wear like their sweaters or something, and then like you leave, they always say like, "Oh, the sweater still smells like you," or
Yeah.
"My pillow still smells like you," and I'm just like, "Yes, it does."
I mean, I love when I wear my husband's hoodie or something and it
Yeah.
smells like his cologne.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm
yeah.
sure they feel the same way.
Yeah.
but it smells like you, which is nice, and so yeah.
I
Find some
have-
good perfume.
the unfortunate problem of having a lot of really expensive perfumes and I feel like none of them last or I'm like scent blind to them and I don't know what to do about it. Like to make them last longer.
Do you think maybe it is just scent blind? Like when you come home, like does Colin ever like notice that you still
No,
smell?
but
a
his
certain way?
nose doesn't work.
Okay.
Have you used an oil?
No, I've just used like perfumes. Like I have that Wilhelm one that's on my vanity over there is
Yeah.
what I'm using recently, but I have like a ton of perfumes down there.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. I would definitely say try using an oil-based perfume.
Okay.
Because it's something about the alcohol that's in it is, why can't I think of the word?
It like makes it fade or something.
Yeah, it's, why can't I think of the
It's
word?
okay. When you think of the word,
It's
we'll
okay.
edit it so it sounds like you're.
Tell me if you smell me.
Evaporates. The alcohol is evaporating quicker off your skin.
I can't.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or maybe
I
it's like
can't smell
really
it.
faint, if anything. It's
Yeah.
like it doesn't. Yeah. But like almost like if you had washed your hands, kind of like faint, like
Yeah.
like a
But I want it to be like
like
more,
bold. Okay, so we
yeah.
need oil-based perfumes to be
Yes.
bold.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's like Perfume, there's Parfum, there's Eau de Parfum, right? There's all these different ones,
Mhm.
and like I think it has to do with which one of those you buy, right?
Yeah. You want to get the eau de
Okay.
parfum
Okay.
Okay.
Is that the most like?
concentrated.
Got it.
percent. Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of times they'll be smaller.
Yeah,
Probably
Um,
more expensive.
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
only need like a spray or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see these girls on TikTok doing like, you know, full body spritz, 30 sprays, and I'm like, maybe that's what I need to do.
It's because they're using Love Spell by Victoria's Secret. Okay,
No,
you need to
these
take a
are,
bath
like,
in it.
Perfume girls who are like using expensive shit, like just giving themselves an all over dousing. It's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, that is me.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe you need to do that then.
I'm gonna
Not-
try it.
Not like 30 sprays or anything like that, but I'll definitely do a spray on each wrist, on the neck,
each
and
like one on each side of
one
the
on
neck?
each side.
Okay.
I definitely do the cleavage.
You have to.
I
Yeah.
have to. And one thing I've also learned, ankles.
What?
Yeah, because it's where a lot of your like pheromones and stuff come out. A lot of
What?
people don't know it's your ankle.
Well, and your feet do get really hot during the day, and so it's like anywhere that there's like heat,
Yeah.
you want to spray it,
Yeah.
right?
You think your ankle pheromones are cause foot fetishes?
It might. It might.
But I feel like people with foot fetishes are not seeing the feet in real life a lot of the time. They're not smelling the feet and being like,
Yeah, but I bet if they were on a date with someone and they like got close to the ankle, it would set them off. If it smelled like
It
perfume,
might.
they'd be like, "I'm done." Like,
It might.
wow, this is really good advice. This is how to trap a man
Yeah.
right here.
Trap a man. Yes. Been reading all my femme fatale books.
okay, I have a perfume question. I'm gonna sound so stupid, so I really apologize. But I love perfume too, and I used to wear perfume religiously every day. And then I started reading all these blogs about like a lot of like the weird shit they put in a lot of perfumes,
Yes.
and like these things being on your body, like not actually being good for you, and like all this kind of stuff. And so for a while, I just like stopped wearing all my perfumes, and it like made me sad because I love perfume.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, like I want to try to find some like more natural or like not so nasty stuff to put on my body every day. But like, do you have suggestions for that? Do you care about that? Do you look for that at all?
I'll be honest, I don't.
Okay.
Because there's so many things that we put
I
in
know,
our
dude,
bodies
I know.
that we
I mean, we're
Yeah.
literally drinking Diet Coke.
Okay, hold
that
on.
we like don't care about.
I don't know if this got so low. You
That one is really not wanting to
I'm
stay
kinda
up.
scared. I think this is good.
I didn't even notice.
No,
I
I
know,
didn't
it
notice
happens
either.
so slowly.
Yeah.
It's just like the frog in the boiling pot of water.
Yeah.
Mine's dropping too. It's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I don't really pay attention to that because everything's going to kill you. And
It's so sad.
Period.
the food that we eat, even just here in the US, the food, even the healthy lettuce, like
Yeah.
the organic stuff, it's still crap because our
Mhm.
air is crap, our soil is crap. The way that we ship things, you know, is just we're adding pesticides. Like there's just so much that unless you are making everything yourself, but even then, I feel like
You're
if you're
still
making-
living in the air
Yes,
of
I know.
the
yes.
United
I know.
States.
that I, like even if you like plant things in your backyard here, it's like you don't know what's in the soil and
Mhm.
when you water it and all that stuff. There's so
Yeah.
much that is everywhere. It could drive you absolutely insane if you go down that rabbit hole. And so I pick and choose. You know, I'm not a huge drinker. And I don't do any drugs. I don't smoke any weed. I don't smoke cigarettes. So I'm just like, leave me this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave me my perfume and my coffee, and like we'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there's worse things that I could be doing to my body and putting on it that, let's be honest, my perfume. And if you're really,
it's probably not going to be the thing that kills you.
yeah. If you're super, super worried about it, I would spray it on your clothes and not on your skin.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's going to change like the scent,
I know.
and it may not last as long, but it's definitely a good balance if you are, especially also if you're like sensitive, like your
Yeah.
skin itself is sensitive to it. I know that's a big issue for people. So just finding like a oil base is always really good. Because it doesn't have that alcohol in it, and try to find something that is organic and maybe is only like one like fragrance, and it's not like 15 things that are like piled in, because one of those 15 things is probably synthetic, and it's probably what you're allergic to. So as much as possible, like keeping things natural in that way. Like lavender is always a really good one. Sandalwood is always a really good one. Once you start getting into like Turkish rose, like, is where
Amber.
might get a
It's
little.
like, what the fuck is amber?
Yeah, and when you like start buying perfumes that are named something weird, like
Like Love Spell.
yeah, or like leather and flannel, like,
Yeah.
things like that is
Yeah.
where you're gonna get really those synthetic scents. And I also know, like, new moms, obviously you don't want to be wearing really fragrant like lotions and perfumes around your brand new baby.
That's when I really stopped. Is like when I had the baby, I was like, I'm breastfeeding her constantly. I can't like spray perfume on my boobs. Like that's
Exactly.
really messed up.
Yeah. And so I know a lot of people's like that it tapers off, and
Yeah.
it just ends up not being part of your routine. And so, but which is very understandable. I'm not shaming anybody for like, how dare you not wear perfume while you're breastfeeding?
Yeah.
100%. Because I know baby skin are super sensitive, and their noses and all that stuff. And you just also slowly introducing things into babies, because I'm just like, how do you figure out if the baby's allergic to something?
It's like guess and check.
Yeah, you just every time they eat something new, you're just staring at them.
Kind of, yeah. You're like, I hope this is fine.
Yeah, just making sure, like, wait, is their cheek swollen, or is that?
Oh my
I
God.
always
Yeah.
look like that. Like,
I feel like peanut butter, is that like a thing you have to test if your kid can eat peanut butter?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they say there are studies where it's like if you do introduce it early, there are like basically there's less of a chance that you will develop an allergy. Like a lot of times if people wait until the kid is older and then introduce it for the first time, there will be an allergy versus like at 6 months giving them a little bit or whatever.
Exposure therapy.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
partially that, but she's been fine so far. So
Yeah.
I just don't eat very much peanut butter. I actually don't like peanut butter.
That is psychotic.
I
That is
know.
the scariest thing about you.
But I didn't ever grow up, like we never had it in our house growing up.
Yeah.
Like it was just
No.
never a thing, and so I would occasionally eat it at like a friend's house or like a school field trip made like
Yeah.
a Grand Jelly sandwich, and I was always like, I don't understand what this is. Like I was
Really?
Yeah, like
Is it like a very American thing to eat
It
peanut
is.
butter?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very much so. My dad's originally from the Philippines, and we would send like care packages, and so they would always ask for peanut butter because it.
It just like doesn't exist there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that they can get it now, but
Yeah.
like early '90s, I don't know. It just wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea.
They had Nutella, though. That's for sure.
Fuck with Nutella.
Yeah.
But peanut butter, for some reason, was hard to
Yeah.
come by.
Okay, another one of the things I wanted to ask you about was like doing. So we didn't say this at the beginning when we introed Sabrina, but you are a Naked Peach client. You've done a
Yes.
shoot with us.
Yes.
And you kind of did your shoot for yourself.
100%.
And I just like want to talk about that because I feel like more women especially need to give themselves permission to do things like that for themselves.
Yes. So, yeah, I did. I booked my shoot with you guys, and I didn't have a significant other at the time. Still don't.
Are you looking for one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If the posse knows anyone, send them Sabrina's
Yeah.
way.
What are you looking for? What's the
Oh
what's the
my
list?
gosh, the list is long.
As it should be.
It should be
Yeah,
long.
it should be. You're a catch.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
100%.
It's part of my self journey.
Okay.
My self love. But I booked it and I really wanted it to be, you guys know, I love black and white, really artistic, because I wanted this to be something I can hang in my home without making people uncomfortable. I will say specifically like family or my younger nieces, just to have like this ass in their face might not be the best when they come over. But I also definitely not ashamed of it. So they're up all in my home. They're all over my bedroom. And some people might say that's like, sometimes I sit in my room and I'm looking at all the photos of me. And I'm like, is this weird?
No.
I was like, no.
No.
This isn't.
Which ones did you pick to hang?
I blew up one from our night shoot, actually, where I was like kind of hanging onto the window and like my ponytail was being flung.
Yes, I love that one.
Yes.
I have that one blown up like poster size.
Iconic.
Wait, will you show us a picture? Do you have like a picture of your room?
I don't. I don't, and I feel.
And now it's all packed.
Now it's all packed.
Okay, but when you move and unpack, will you send us a photo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's all gonna be out again. And then I do have. I literally had like a gallery wall.
I love
of
that.
it. And think I almost had every single one, especially from like my shoot, not the night shoot.
Yeah.
My boudoir shoot. I think I had almost every single one.
That's
like at least out somewhere.
amazing.
Yeah, that's incredible.
So incredible.
Because and the book that I also got, I didn't give it to anyone as a gift. It is on my coffee table. So when people come over, they open it and they're like, "Oh, like, yes, it is me.
It is
huzzah."
me. It is art.
Yes.
Yes. And it's so funny. I have one friend who I have a group of friends and we love Christmas. We're obsessed with it. And they all send out like Christmas cards. And they have families and husbands and things. And so they send out Christmas cards of like them with their kids. And it's super great. I love getting them. They always get put on my fridge. And this year, one of my friends said, "Sabrina, I need a Christmas card from you. Put on one of your boudoir photos and send it out."
Oh
And
my God.
everybody was like loving it. And so I still have to do that. I have to decide which one that I want to send
This
out.
is an iconic
my
idea.
This is such a good.
Also-
we need to sell these this
Christmas
Christmas.
cards,
Yeah, I'm like, I should send out my family Christmas cards of just my boudoir photo.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, I'm the one that writes them. I'm the one that addresses them. I'm the one that ships them.
You're
It
the one
should
who
be-
remembers to do it every year.
Exactly.
Don't even get me started. We got into such a big fight last year about the Christmas cards needing to be sent out. But yeah, why not put my own boudoir photo on it and be like, "Merry Christmas, everybody. I
Yeah.
love you."
Enjoy. Put this on your fridge.
Yes.
Yes. So it was for me. And I think people feel like they have to be getting married to do it, because that's obviously a very traditional like gift to give your future husband,
Yeah.
is a sexy book of you, which is still a great idea. Or they need to give it to somebody, like they need to give it to a significant other or do it for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not at all the way I see it. And that's not at all the way I felt like when I did set up my shoot and I worked with Amanda and we talked about exactly like what I wanted in the shoot. It was for me. It's like, what would I like to look at in my home?
How do I want to see myself?
Exactly. And it definitely, I love my photos still to this day. I still post photos of it to this day. And I think I did that shoot over a year ago now, or getting close to a year. I want to say it was actually really close to Halloween. So maybe almost exactly a year ago.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, we still use those photos in like our marketing, like on our website,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
I feel like you were maybe one of the first clients we had who really wanted more of that style where the photos are like more unposed, more editorial, more artistic. And I feel like now we get more and more people who want that vibe. And it's like, I feel like it's one of our favorite things to do now.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it and I loved it. And then even doing the night shoot, I also really enjoyed it. And I still have those photos that I will post and things like that and have those printed out as well. And my nieces will come over, and this is the thing, is like, I don't have kids, but I do have 6 nieces, and trying to raise them as women who love themselves, they'll come over and they'll point at all the photos because they're used to seeing like pictures of just random people, you know. And like obviously in their homes they see photos of like themselves and things like that, but it's like their school photos and things like that. And so when they come over to my house, they'll look at all the photos and they're just kind of looking, and then it clicks. They're like, wait, that's you. I'm like, that is me. And then they're like, oh, I like this one, and you're so pretty in this one. And so I think it's really good for them to see somebody who's like really celebrating themselves and not for anyone else.
Totally.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So it's really great. But yes, I did the photos. I did the whole shoot for me, myself, and I. And of course I put them on socials because
they're
why not?
iconic.
Yeah.
Why would like
Yeah.
well, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And so obviously I do get a little bit of that validation of being people like liking and being like, these are really great. But honestly, even if social media didn't exist and it was really just in my home, I love them. I love them.
Yeah.
And so if you're thinking about, if people are out there like thinking about doing it but are nervous or think it's kind of lame just to do it for themselves, 100% do it for yourselves. And I will say you guys do a really great job at making it an entire like experience. Like the whole thing is an experience. So you're not just taking photos for just like you're there for a couple of hours and you're, you know, taking these photos and like that's it, you're done. But getting your hair done and the conversations around like what you know you want the shoot to look like, getting your makeup done, asking about like the type of music that you want and things like that. It's like it truly is a whole experience that it's not just about the photos. It's just something to do for yourself for the day. No different than if you were going to a spa. No different than if you're going to get your nails done or your hair done. Because I don't get my nails done for men or for my significant other. I'm not getting my hair done for that either. I'm getting my hair done because I like getting my hair done. And that's the way I saw this is another thing that I'm just doing for myself. That it doesn't matter if anybody else likes it or even will see it. But as long as I see it, that's all that matters.
And like, I feel like it's so different to come at it from the perspective of like, okay, what's he gonna like? I'm doing this for him versus like, okay, how do I want to see myself? Like, what is inspiring to me? You
Definitely.
Because like my husband will ask me to do stuff in a boudoir shoot, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? That's so lame. Like that's not what I want to do. Like
what?
Well, just like it's like he'll show me a pose, and it'll be like literally just a girl standing there like looking back, and I'm like, you just want me to do stuff where I'm showing my butt. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm tomorrow I'm dressing up like a sexy devil and doing a video shoot with like a fisheye lens and a spotlight with Anji because I'm like, that's the kind of stuff I want to do.
Yes.
You know? Like I just want it to be more like creative and interesting.
Definitely,
and, like, that's how I like seeing myself. And like we did our black and white close-up shoot where Anna took like photos that were really close up of my body, and the whole vision for that was that like I wanted to have things I could hang in my house. And
I loved seeing those.
Thank you.
They're really great.
I have 2 big ones in my bedroom, and I picked them out myself. It wasn't the ones that Colin would have picked, I don't think. They were just photos that I really love looking at, and I don't know. I definitely can see the difference with clients when there's people who are coming in and they're like, well, I'm going to wear green because he likes green. And it's like, but what do you like? What do you feel good in? You know, like, I think, I don't know. I just want more women to be able to just like pick things for themselves, you know, and do it for themselves. And obviously it's fine if you're going to add some stuff in there that you know your partner would like.
Of course.
But like, do some of it for yourself too.
Yeah, 100%. And I think definitely how you see yourself is really important in it. And like with my shoots, having a lot of it be black and white is because, you know, I just wanted to be able to hang it up in my home and have it really look like artwork. But I do also really love like the really stylized one, like the one that you're just talking about that you're going to be doing. Is something very different. It's really fun and really still like really sexy, and it's like it's cosplaying, it's dressing up, something very different. Some partners understand that, other partners are like, that is not sexy to me, but it was fun for you and you love doing it, so that's what you're gonna do. So I think, yeah, both of them are really fun and exciting, and I don't know, that's do multiple.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, now that we've been in business for a bit, we've had multiple clients that have come back for multiple shoots. And it is really interesting to watch the progression from like the first shoot to the second shoot, sometimes even the third, depending on the client and how they want to try new things or their taste change, or they want to like, they have a really distinct vision for after the first one because they got an understanding of what the experience is, and now they want a certain thing. And so it's been really fun with those repeat clients to get to like play more.
Yeah. And like you're basically like collaborating with them on like a vision, which is really cool.
Yeah. And it's definitely, I think they probably got more comfortable with it. And definitely, I feel like some people, when they're working with definitely photographers, is whatever you want.
Yeah.
What's easier for you, or like what do you think looks good, ends up happening. And then, which the photos still come out great, you love them, but the second time is where it's like, I might be a little bit more vocal about what I want, you know, things like that. And so, yeah, I'm sure second, third time it just gets bolder and bolder. And that's honestly really cool, really exciting.
I just had a little Diet Coke burp.
No worries.
I know. My stomach has been making some noises because of the bubbles, but I'm just like, hopefully that doesn't pick up on
It won't pick up.
Okay, so along with the perfume and like the boudoir shoot, at the night shoot, one thing you were talking about was how you will like buy and wear lingerie for yourself
all
just
the time
under your clothes.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about this.
Again, being single, I have a ton of lingerie, but I felt like who's gonna see it? So I'm not gonna wear it. I'm gonna wear, you know, my basics. But that felt really boring because I have all of this beautiful stuff. And again, yes, somebody else may not see it, but I see it. I see it when I'm getting dressed. I see it when I go to the bathroom in the middle of the day, you know, things like that. And it's one of those things where it's like, I know what I have on under this. And it makes me feel really sexy. And I think that's something we as women or society is like, you have to be sexy, but don't be too sexy.
Or only be sexy for your husband that you're married to. Or,
yes.
You know.
Yeah. Or like you're going to be distracting. But it makes me feel sexy when I have matching, super lacy, strappy, whatever's on. I find it really nice to know that like, it's like a secret. It's like this cool secret that I know nobody else knows. Like I can be sitting in the office and no one knows that I have, you know, this thong that legitimately has like bracelets hanging from it.
Wait, is that comfortable to wear under your clothes?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like right on the front.
Oh,
it's like
okay,
it like clips on, but it's true. Like you can clip it off, but it's like clipped on, and it legitimately looks like a charm bracelet.
I love that.
I have.
What are your favorite brands that are like comfy to wear all day under your clothes? Because I have this really cute Agent Provocateur set that I love, and we've done a photo shoot in it, and it's my favorite. I cannot wear that thing for more than 15 minutes. It hurts so bad.
Yeah.
I love Love and Lemons.
Yeah.
Because they're super just flirty and really girly, which on my everyday life, I'm feminine, but I don't consider myself like a girly girl. But something about pink ruffles on my panties, I think I love. But where I really like getting my lingerie from is a place on 23rd, Oh Baby.
Oh yeah.
Really, really great stuff. And they get different brands in constantly. And so that's where I like to go. And I will say, I still shop at Victoria's Secret to this day. And since they've switched to being their own company and they're not under the Limited Brands umbrella, their lingerie has gotten so much better.
Really?
I'm talking comfortability. I'm talking sizing. I'm talking style. Like, now I'm legit back to being a fan of theirs, because I was a fan of theirs when I worked there.
Yeah.
And then I definitely tapered off and was like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but
Yeah.
I hate everything in here. But now that they are truly their own company, it's gotten so much better.
Interesting.
So
Oh, wow.
I will say revisit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't shopped there like since college, because I used to work at Victoria's Secret in college.
Yeah.
But then after I stopped working there,
Yeah.
I was like, I have PTSD every time I walk into Victoria's Secret, so
All
I
the
can't.
hot girls worked at Victoria's Secret.
It was honestly the best job for college, because you're working with all your like BFFs. It's just a whole bunch of girls. It's a party. You go in there and you like, I would be doused in perfume every day. Like, I smelled so good constantly. You get a bunch of free bras and underwear and like discounts on everything else that you want.
And then you have outfits to wear to the college parties that you're going
Exactly.
to.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
the glam, like we had the makeup, the counter that was there.
Yes.
So I had the best like shimmery eyeshadows in college. It was great.
It was great. And honestly, like the group of friends that I was talking about with the Christmas cards, I worked with all of them at Victoria's Secret, and that's how we all met.
That's
and we're
cute.
So we're still friends to this day.
That's
And
so cute.
we started calling each other like the A team when we worked together. And it's so they're so cringy to me, but I have a friend who she will repost anytime like Facebook like memory will pop up
Yeah.
about something with work, and the amount of times I posted about me going to work or like who I'm working with or whatever happened at work, I think is so sad. I'm just like, why am I posting so much about work? But anytime it will pop up being like, I'm closing with like an awesome team tonight, and I will like tag all my friends in it, and we still talk about to this day that we miss those nights when we would close together, because we're just like folding
You gotta
panties.
fold all the panties in the panty bar every night, and it takes an hour.
It takes forever, but you're there with all of your friends, so
Yeah.
it just ended up being like a really fun time, and it was just like it was really good. And so I'm really glad that, I think that's another reason why is Victoria's Secret is like close to my heart, is truly some of my best friends came out of working there, and I'll never go back to working there.
Yeah.
But do I appreciate them? Yes. And I got a really great group of friends out of it. And
That's so cool.
yes, I will say go back, take a look at their stuff, because they've evolved a lot. They're learning from their mistakes, and not pushing Victoria's Secret. Like, this is not sponsored.
Yeah, we wish.
Yeah, I mean, if they've really changed things, I would love to be sponsored.
Yeah, right.
I saw one of my favorite like mid-size influencers that I follow posted something about Victoria's Secret recently, and I was like, did she sell out? Like, what is this? And now I'm like, okay, maybe there's a reason she's like partnering with them.
Yeah, they've
I need
gotten
to dig deeper.
a lot. They've gotten a lot better. So yes, if you've tapered off from being a Victoria's Secret angel, go back.
Well, and they're bringing back the show this year, apparently.
Oh,
Yes.
they are?
Yeah, they are. They've like really changed it, and they're bringing it back. So I'm curious.
Should we have like a watch party for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to at Victoria's Secret. The whole team would get together and we'd have watch parties.
We also did.
Yeah.
We haven't done it because they haven't had the fashion show for years at this point. But we would have an annual fashion show party. We would go to my friend Jasmine's house. We would all wear pajamas. And of course, when we all worked there, we all ended up in Victoria's Secret pajamas. But we would go and we would watch the show. We would eat snacks. There was one time where she actually had us create a fantasy bra, and we had to model it.
That's adorable.
Wait, how did you do that?
With like puff paint and like
That's amazing.
cheap jewels and stuff that we had to figure out how to like glue on. And we had, so like every bra that came out or like collection that came out, there was a whole backstory
Yes.
about it. And we had to create a whole backstory about our bra.
And then do like a presentation while you're modeling the bra.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do this right now. I think I might. I'm gonna pull up
Do you have photos? Can we share it with the Peach Posse?
Yes, on my archive. Let's see.
This is incredible.
We need to do this.
This would be fun, yeah.
The Victoria's Secret fashion
Yeah, there
show.
was always so many like little details of every bra, and it's like you knew you had worked at Victoria's Secret for a while when you could see a strap hanging out of someone's tank top, and you know exactly what bra they're wearing. Like you know the style, you know the like every down to the last like detail. It's like really psychotic. The amount of information that you still have in my brain is like not okay. Related to
it's insane. It's insane.
Some of this reminds me of Naked Peach, though. Honestly, hearing this, because I'm like. I can look at a piece of lingerie that someone's wearing from our client closet and immediately know like what brand it is and like, you know, what size it is and all of that. And we spend a lot of time folding lingerie or putting lingerie away.
Yeah. It's literally Groundhog's Day with studio lingerie that I'm washing at my house. It's like every day I'm either doing laundry for it or
bringing laundry back.
What do I know you guys will do like closet clean outs. What do you do with the lingerie? We can't like donate it.
Yeah,
no, we just toss it,
throw it away. Because it's by the time we're getting rid of it, it's like nobody wants this. You know, it's been worn by 20 different people, and it's like falling apart.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get there, guys.
Well, and usually if we get rid of it, it's because it's like broken or something.
Yeah.
I've never been to that Oh Baby store on 23rd.
Oh, it's super cute.
One of my clients recently brought multiple outfits from that store.
Really?
And they looked amazing on her.
Well, do you remember when my cousin shot with us and she brought that black dress?
Yes.
It's from that. She got it at that place.
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah.
Maybe they'd want to partner with us.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought I had it, but I don't.
It's okay.
It's okay. We can imagine the DIY fantasy bra.
Like I can think like I do have a photo of me. I'll find it somewhere. And
okay, find it and share it.
It was super fun, but yes, maybe we'll pick that back up as well.
Yeah,
is doing the fashion show parties, and then there was a few years that we made like our boyfriends come. They also had to wear pajamas.
Yeah,
they hated it, obviously.
Yeah, I feel like this is a girls' night, activity.
Yes. But yeah, no, it was really super fun. And yeah, wearing lingerie for yourself. Once you find what you like and what makes you feel good. Now, if wearing lingerie truly makes you feel uncomfortable and it doesn't feel good at all, and all you're thinking about is, I can't wait till I get home and I can take this off, then yeah, don't wear it. Mm-hmm. It's not what makes you feel sexy. But if you love wearing lingerie, if you love buying it, if you love owning it, but you're not in a relationship, that doesn't mean you can't still wear it. Still wear it. If it makes you feel good, wear it. I know I wear it. I know I'm wearing it. It makes me feel good. It's a secret that I have. No one else knows about. Love it.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like it's one of those things where it's so easy to like have special things and be like, I'm saving it for a special occasion.
Yes. And
then it's like, you have to decide that it's a special occasion.
Yeah.
Like, you know, otherwise you're just going to wait around and never wear your lingerie. Like, you have to just be like, okay, I'm alive, so it's a special occasion, you know?
You know, it's kind of funny because when I am in a relationship or I am seeing somebody, if we are going out, like, on a nice date or something, or I know it's going to be a night that we're going to have sex, wearing the lingerie, sometimes I'm like, I don't think I'm going to wear this because it's going to take him 19 years to get it off.
Yeah.
And so I always end up actually wearing my more, like, simpler items that they can figure out, because you throw in a front clasp bra, throws them off. They're like, what the hell is this? And the amount of times the guys are just like, whatever, just leave it on. Like, they're like, we're keeping it on. And like, they love it. I'm not saying like they didn't, but you know, sort of depending, it just ends up being difficult, or they're like trying to just like take it off of you, and your arm ends up like this. So sometimes, even though I am in a relationship, I end up not wearing the lingerie because it ends up being a hassle for them.
Yeah.
So.
Or if you do wear it for them, and then all they do is immediately rip it off you.
Yeah. I'm like, can you at least look?
Yeah.
Like, just take it in.
Yeah.
Like, I did this whole thing. Like, but it also just shows that, like, sometimes guys just don't care.
Yeah.
And so if you're back to just, do you love it? Do you like wearing it? Do you like owning it? Then yes, wear it for yourself, because at the end of the day, sometimes they're like, it's coming off in 2 seconds anyway. It looks great.
Yeah.
Love the color. We'll take it off.
All of this is making me think of a TikTok that I saw today, actually. Everything comes back to a TikTok.
An article
that we
you
saw.
read.
Everything.
An article that I read.
I read an article.
Where, okay, there's like all these people talking on TikTok right now about how like it's so fucked up to wear like a white dress to a wedding, which obviously like I know none of us would ever wear a white dress to someone's wedding. But this woman did like stitched one of those videos, and she is Nigerian, and she was saying that like in Nigerian culture, like the way they wear their dresses, the brides wear their dresses, is like so fabulous and over the top that there's no way a guest can like ever compete. So like it doesn't even matter how extra your dress is as a guest, because like you're never gonna outshine the bride. But anyway, she was like, I think the real reason people get like so upset about this is because it's like your day as a bride is supposed to be like the one day that's all about you, and like it's kind of sad that we have turned weddings into this thing where it's like, okay, the only time that you can do all these special things, like go on your girls trip and get your boudoir shoot and like get the prettiest dress you'll ever wear, is like because you found someone, and like you can celebrate it that one time and then you never do it again. And it's like, I mean, I obviously did all that stuff for my wedding and I loved it, but like I do feel like because we see so many brides, it kind of like, it makes me so happy to see them in this like era where they're doing all these like really special things and getting to really enjoy this like period of time. But then like it also makes me sad that it's like, okay, you're only supposed to do it for your wedding, and then it's like, you just like sacrifice after that forever.
Like once you're married and the wedding's over,
it's like then you
not
never
allowed
get to do
to do
anything
these things
for yourself again. Or like you never get to like indulge in like, wearing like the most expensive extra dress of your dreams, or like going on a trip with your best girlfriends, or like getting your photos taken. Like, I don't know, I just think it's like if you think about it that way, it makes me feel more motivated to be like, I need to do that stuff outside of just celebrating my relationship with my husband.
Yeah. And I think, so many people say like weddings are so expensive. Yes, the weddings are expensive, but then there's those additional things that we add on around it, like the bachelorette parties. Yes, it's the only time that you'll be able to wear penises on your head and all that other stuff, if that's what you want to do. But why are we acting like that's going to be the last time you're going to be going out with your girlfriends?
Exactly.
It's not.
Yeah.
But we make it such a big deal where it's like we have to go to Palm Springs and we have to get all these matching t-shirts. And so that obviously can accumulate to a lot, and like depending on what you want to do and who your friends are and all that stuff. And it just financially puts a lot of pressure. But I'm just like, yeah, that is the only time you do it, because you can afford it any other time.
Yeah.
But
well, because you make it
you
so
make
crazy.
it so crazy. But if you also just know that I was going out with my girlfriends before, and I'm going to continue to go out with my girlfriends after, then I don't have so much pressure on this one time or this one day to have it be like super special and have it be about me, because your birthday should be all about you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or like when you have like big milestones in life, like you get a promotion that you really wanted.
Exactly.
Or like, like we should be like throwing parties for ourselves and celebrating those things too.
I wish more people had more like extra birthday parties. 'Cause
Yeah.
even like back in college, people would have like, it's like having a birthday party was a very regular thing. And granted, all your friends are like in college and there and you're partying anyway. But I feel like even like a theme party, even if it was a toga party or something, it's like people would have like themed parties a lot more often. And it was always fun. And you're like dressing up and doing all these things. And then, now it's like people don't really have like cool parties like that anymore,
No, they
it's
don't.
just like come over and we'll just sit on the couch and eat cheese and wine.
Yeah. Like, so my 30th was during COVID, but for years, like probably when I was like 25, I was like, okay, when I turn 30, I really wanted to rent a venue and have a prom party and have everybody like
Yes.
have prom dresses and
That'd be
show
so
up and like
fun.
just do like a really throwback prom party.
Yeah.
Maybe for like my 35th or like my 40th or
Yeah.
something. But it's like, I wish people did those things regularly.
Totally.
Yes.
I mean, think about our Valentine's Day party.
Yes.
Like, that was so fun. And just because it had a theme and it was like, okay, dress up in like pink and red and like, this is going to be the vibe of it. I don't know. I just feel like it's so fun to have stuff like that to like do and look forward to. And like, or even like the Eras tour, like
Yeah.
going to Taylor Swift or going to Beyonce, planning the outfits. Like,
Yes.
it's just so fun to like do that stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like, it shouldn't just be limited to like your fucking wedding day.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I will say, there was a client that came in to the bridal shop that I work at, and she was like, "Can I just come in and like look?" She's like, "I'm not getting married." She's like, "But my friends are throwing a wedding party." And it's basically all of her friends who are married. They're all just throwing a party and they're all just wearing their wedding dresses because
That is so smart.
when else? And so she didn't want to feel left out because she's not married, and so
Yeah.
she doesn't have a wedding dress that's hanging in her closet. So she was like, "Can I just like look at what you guys have?" I was like, "Sure, like whatever." And I think also that's would be a really great idea is like
I love that idea.
wearing your wedding dress, because again, when you
Yeah.
ton of money that you just have it for one day, but yeah, I
You
think
know what experience
during-
I would pay for is like
What?
now I would pay to go to a like wedding dress shop and just try on dresses for an hour. Like I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not getting remarried, but like I will pay you just to let me try these on and like just have fun.
You can go do that with Sabrina.
Yeah.
I know, but like
people
for
miss
free.
it.
yeah, but it's so fun though. You know, it's like that was such a fun like moment just to like and especially to try on the ones that like I knew I would never actually wear, but I'm like
Yes.
it's like so fun to put on the really big poofy one and just like twirl around in front of the mirror and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Just feel like a princess
Yeah.
and like
Yeah, and just see and play. And I will say, working there, when clients don't show up or they cancel and we got like a free hour, we play. Like we'll try on the dresses and we'll like, let's try
That's
this
fun.
veil. Or we got in this giant black bow that you can put on, and it like creates this big bow in the back and it has a long tail. We're like, what dress would this look good on? So we're like playing with that, and it's just like, it ends up being really fun. And we got sleeves that we'll put on with different dresses and gloves and things like that. And so we just like create looks, and it's definitely like, I will try on dresses that I know if I was getting married I would never wear.
yeah.
But it was truly fun because it's still a gorgeous dress.
Yeah.
And so putting it on and just like playing, I get it. I get
Okay,
it.
wait, I have
Yeah.
an idea. What if we came in one of these days when you had an appointment that canceled or something, and we did a really fun, like, trying on dresses things, but also it could be, like, a really cute, like, boudoir of, like, putting on the dress and taking off the
Uh-huh.
dress and, like, just really, like, getting, like,
Yeah.
strapped into it kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be so
You'd be
fun.
I think
Really fun
I think
style
so.
too.
Like sort of like sleepover vibes.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
I love this
Definitely.
plan.
Definitely. Yeah. Let's do it.
I'm so excited.
You guys, when I worked at Oregon Bride, I wrote a story once about this woman who had a birthday party that was a wedding to herself. So she got married to herself for her 30th birthday. It was like very Portland, you know, but
I
she
love
like
yes.
rented out a whole venue. She got like a DJ, got a big cake. She got herself a wedding dress. Like she did it all.
She
'cause
did the whole thing.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm committing.
Yeah. She's like, I just want to have like this big party and like, you know, celebrate myself. And it looked really fun, like from everything that she said and all the photos. So
That's iconic.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same with, I had a friend for her 30th. She didn't have a quinceañera when she turned 15. So she did one when she was 30.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
And the funny thing is she actually wore her sister's wedding dress as her quinceañera dress.
That's really fun.
So I just do it. Just throw yourself a big party.
I need to take a break because I have something in my eye.
Okay.
Go for it.
Sorry, guys.
Adjust.
Adjust.
I'll drink water.
And there's also so many just like gorgeous gowns and things like that out there that you're just like, oh, if I only had something to wear this too. And
If I only had the Oscars.
I always joke. I was like, I would totally wear this, but like my Met invite just constantly keeps getting lost. Like I update
Tragic.
my address with them every year, and every year they're just like, oh, we sent it. We're so sorry. You know, snail mail, the post office. So, unfortunately, I've missed it the last couple of years.
I need to get more into
Really seriously, get in there.
Flush it out.
Yeah. It'll leave soon. Wow, it's already been an hour. I feel like that just flew by.
Yeah. What else do we need to touch on?
I don't know. Maybe we can just go into our obsessions.
Yeah.
We'll see if she has anything else that she wanted to add.
Hopefully this was good.
This is great. I think people are gonna love this. I don't know. I think even when I have comments with a lot of my friends, like people love talking about self-care and just like different little things to do for yourself.
Yeah.
So.
And it's 100%. It's all just about like being your own version of sexy.
Yes.
And me wearing lingerie and wearing perfume to bed, that's my sexy. That's my luxury.
Mm-hmm.
None of it's needed by any means. And I think that's a little bit of the confusion sometimes with like self-care and just, really just doing something for yourself is like, yes, doing your, like, drink all your water and go to the gym and take your vitamins and do your skincare routine. And those are things that you should do for yourself. But do you actually love it? Let's be honest. Not everyone loves it.
Mm-hmm.
And which is why some people struggle doing their night care routine. They're just like, ugh, 15 steps. This feels ridiculous. But they're like, if I want clear skin, I have to do this. There's no outcome really to wearing lingerie other than you feel good.
Yeah.
It's not a life hack. It's not going to make you have shinier hair. It's not going to make you live longer. It's strictly a luxury, and it's strictly something just for you and your personal happiness.
I love that.
I think we forget that
part
of self-care.
Well, in the fact that it's like luxuries don't have to be like super expensive or time consuming or whatever. Yeah. It's like they can be these little things that really do make your day just a little bit better, Yeah. And we all need little moments like that throughout the day.
Of course.
Like I love my morning cup of tea. Like my morning cup of black tea. I have my fancy loose leaf tea. I make it with my fancy little strainer. Like it's like a whole little like ritual. And then I sit down with my warm cup and I absolutely love it. And it's like, do I need to go all out? No. But like it's for me.
Yeah. 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 Because if you're just looking for a caffeine hit, like there's so many quicker ways that you can get that in the morning. But it's your time, and it's a luxury for you that makes you feel good. And so, wear the lingerie, do the boudoir shoot, hang photos of yourself. Because
I think the hang photos of yourself thing is like, it's key. Everyone should be hanging photos of themselves in their house.
And to be honest, I was thinking about it. I was like, I was kind of worried for a second that people would think I'm conceited in a way. But how many selfies do we all have on our phones? We take tremendous amount of them.
Yes.
So whatever. Just because I hang mine on my walls and you post yours on Instagram, there's no difference.
No.
And so
and it's like a reminder to yourself when you see that and you're like, oh, like that is me. It's like it's not always what you see in the mirror,
Exactly.
It's this bad bitch on the wall too.
Yes, even on my worst days where I'm just like in my oversized hoodie, sweatpants, I haven't washed my hair in forever, like have my glasses on, no makeup, all that stuff, where I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel my best when I look that way. Some people will be like, that's my favorite, and for me it's just not. But I will look at the photos and just remind myself that like, I look like this right now, but I can also look like that, and I like that.
Is your eye better?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Good.
My eyelashes are just a little sticky today, I guess.
How are you feeling? Do you feel like it's been like an hour? Do you feel like we should start doing obsessions? Do you have more stuff that you wanted to cover?
I feel like we should do obsessions, but you said that there was something you guys talked about in the car.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Please tell, what is the story? I was like, oh, have you taken any trips? And she's like, I went to Mexico. And then she started talking and I was like, no, save this for the pod. Hold on.
Yes, tell us about Mexico.
So I went on a cruise with my family, and we went to Mexico and had a great time. Came back, had what was called traveler's diarrhea, and it didn't hit me until like the second or third day I was home, but my mom had texted me. She was throwing up, and she's like, oh, I think I got food poisoning from the like chicken salad wrap that she had at the airport in LAX. And I was like, okay. And I was like, and then my sister, she lives in Montana. And so she flew into Montana, and she lives 6 hours away from like the closest airport. So she's driving back home, had to pull over. I think she said like 4 times to like throw up.
Oh no.
And they're probably going to hate that I'm telling this. Maybe I should not tell every detail, but I'm going to anyway. My sister had texted me saying that she shit herself in her sleep twice.
No.
And I'm just like, just needing to shit like every few hours, like not that big of a deal. Like I like kept trying to stay hydrated and stuff. But then like 3 days after getting back, 4 days after getting back, it got so bad I couldn't leave the bathroom. Like I'm literally pissing out my asshole.
No.
And feeling so bad. And then I started throwing up. And it just like I had never felt so sick.
When it's coming out of both ends, it's
it was
the worst.
Like,
it's the worst.
It's really dehumanizing.
Yes. Yes. And I felt so bad. I think I had like 3 dates that week, and I'm like canceling all of these. And it was it was terrible. I stayed home from work, and I was very honest with my job. I was just like, I'm having these stomach issues. Like, I don't know what's happening. And then at first it was like lasting a really long time, and me and my mom, we were trying to like figure out if we actually got like a parasite or something, because we've all traveled and had never been this sick. And my aunt was the only one who was not sick, and we think it may have been like some tequila that we drank, that we got. My mom bought this tequila in a ceramic purse. Mm-hmm. Old Justy. But we're like, whatever. And
you'd think though, because it's alcohol, that like
it would be fine.
Yeah,
whatever.
that it
And
just...
like it was in a box. At least from what we could tell, it was sealed, whatever. That's the only thing we can think of that the 3 of us had. We all drank from that bottle, but my aunt was the only one who did not. Mm-hmm. And she seemed fine. But my mom went to the doctor, and she's like, it sounds like what you guys had is like traveler's diarrhea, and it could last up to 3 weeks.
No.
3 weeks.
That should not be allowed.
No. What?
Yeah. And so I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Luckily, it did not last 3 weeks, but I had text my family, and I go, this is it, guys. I'm passing. Like, tell everyone I love them. Like, make up a story on how I went, because I'm done. Like, and so I also, like, I had no like medicine, and so I live right across the street from a Fred Meyer's. So I walked over there. I was like, okay, I have to get it together. Like, I'm in my 30s. Like, I don't feel good, but like I needed to get it together. I need to like get to the store and get some medicine, because I'm legitimately dying.
Yeah.
And so I go, and I'm like trying to be super fast. And my sister was telling me like medications to get, and I was just like, I can't find this. And like, I'm like freaking out in Fred Meyer's. And then I was like, okay, calm down, because like freaking out. And the more I'm like trying to like hurry, the more my stomach is like turning.
No.
Oh,
and so like I started to get like the sweats.
No.
That's when you know it's like it's gonna hit any moment.
And I was like, don't be that girl that like shits herself in Fred Meyer's. And so I like finally find it, right? And because I was in Mexico, my sister had the fob to my building so that she could check on my cat. And so at the, like before I would just like call my number and I would just let myself in from my phone until I got my key back from my sister. I'm there with like my medicine. I'm like I'm putting in my number, not working. It's not working. I'm like searching my name in the call box, can't find it. I'm not in there. And so I'm just like, of course. And so like I'm calling the office number and I'm like texting my landlord. And I'm like, I don't have my fob. Like, I can't find my name. I need to be let in. And like, it just like wasn't happening. And I'm sure, because there's cameras, I'm sure I'm like there, like with my hands over my face, like trying to like calm down. And I'm just like, what am I going to do? I'm like sitting there trying to figure out like, all right, if I need to shit, if I need to throw up, because I'm like feeling it, right?
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where I was really starting to like sweat.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is it. I don't know what to do. And so like I like got into my Fred Meyer's bag. I'm just like, okay, I'm here. I got some like ginger ale and some Gatorade. I'm like, I'm gonna pop open one of these Gatorades. I'm gonna take some of this medicine because I can't get into the building. And finally I heard somebody leave theirs and I was like, oh, please tell me you're coming out. You're coming out. And they came out and I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, I live here, I swear. And so I snuck in and by the time I got into my apartment, I had dropped everything. I ran to my bathroom and I had a squatty potty right in front of my toilet. And so I like flipped that out of the way. And I vomited like so hard to the point where I thought it was like I was gonna pop a blood vessel.
Oh
The pressure, it was so bad. It was so bad. But I will say that was, I want to say that was 4 days after we got back, and that was the worst day. And then it over time got better.
How many days
was
of like
great.
actual like puking and diarrhea did you have?
Diarrhea I had for a week.
Oh,
That is
my
a long
God.
time.
Yeah. So a lot of water, a lot of Gatorade, just staying hydrated. The puking, for me, it was that one day.
Mm-hmm.
It was really bad. Like that morning, I actually went to work and I was sitting there on a call with my boss and I was like, don't throw up, don't throw up, don't throw up, don't throw up.
Oh my God.
And then finally, they're so great. She was like, Sabrina, you can go home. Like, if you don't feel good, like, you can go home. That's what sick leave is. Like,
Yeah.
go home. And so I was like, okay, like, I'll work the rest of the day from home. And so I went home, and the moment I got home, I was like, I'm throwing up, not feeling well at all. And then finally, I just, like, messaged everybody on my team. And I was just like, sorry, guys, this isn't going to happen. And everyone's like, yes, please take the day. Like, you're fine. It's okay. So, yeah, it was a full week of that. And then that was on a Friday. Saturday, Sunday, I was literally just in bed, falling asleep and just really only getting up to use the bathroom. But I had medicine and food and everything just like on my nightstand, so I didn't have to get up and go far. And, you know, if you're single and you're dating, just put out on Instagram that you don't feel good. The amount of DoorDash like gift cards and like Postmates like gift cards that were like just sent to me from like guys.
From guys who are just like trying to slide in. Like,
They're just like, oh, I'm so sorry you don't feel good. Like, get dinner on me, or like
that's genius.
hacks.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you guys are married. But
I know, but we have weirdos that are in
Yeah,
our DMs, so maybe they'll send me a
We have
DoorDash gift.
fanboys.
yeah, and they're just like, I can get you. I can get you. Even guys I've never met or like I've canceled on dates with them. They're just like, do you need any medicine? Like anything like that. Like, do you need any housework done while you don't feel good? I'm just like,
No, you're not
Iconic.
coming over.
but you know, it's just So yeah, it was a fun time, and you know,
And you made some money.
I made some money off of it. But I definitely, I thanked my mom for the trip. But if someone were to say like, you were going to feel like shit for a week after this trip, I would 100% pass. But
It's not worth it.
Yeah,
It was the first time I've ever had that, and I hope it's the last time.
I had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah, did the doctor say like what to do to not get it next time?
It's just the actual like traveling, and just it messes with like your stomach, I guess.
Oh, we know.
Like, which I get because my body normally does the opposite. So when I was on this cruise, obviously
you were constipated.
yes,
Yes.
like you're supposed to shit every day,
No.
and I definitely was not. And my family was like, "Oh, I've pooped today." I was like, "I still have it."
Yeah.
It wasn't until I got to LAX and I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. And I was in there for a really long time. And my family is just like, where is she? And they're like, she's probably finally pooping. And I was.
That's us on every trip.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, you know, we'll be on like day 4 and it'll be like, still haven't pooped yet. Or like, I
Yeah.
just like, you know, it's
And
just
our
like a little
stomachs are
rabbit
hard.
pebble today.
Yes.
We're bloated. We feel so unwell.
And then
Yeah.
we're like trying to do shoots of each other. Just
Yeah.
like feeling like our absolute worst.
But so it's like, it's weird. Your body just, when it travels or it like gets on a weird rhythm or it's not, you're eating stuff that you don't normally eat or whatever. And so it is what it is. But hopefully, I mean, I've traveled a lot and it's never happened. And
Yeah.
so I will still drink tequila then. Well, hasn't stopped me.
Wow. Well, on that note, I think we should do our obsessions.
I agree. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start.
Okay.
So my obsession this week, I've also been really into a spicy book. And I've like discovered this whole new world of spicy books. So I started reading a book called Haunting Adeline, and it's very spicy. It's very like triggering for some people. Like there's like a page of trigger warnings for this book. So it's like, it's definitely not for everyone.
It sounds like it's a scary book though.
It is kind of scary.
Okay.
It's like, it's kind of spooky. It's like Halloween-ish sort of vibes. It's basically about like a guy who's like stalking this girl, but then maybe she wants to be stalked is what ends up happening.
Oh,
Very
And
spicy.
it's spicy. It is like the sex scenes in this book are crazy.
you
Are
find
they,
out
like-
at the end that they're actually in a consensual relationship, and this was the whole.
Is it spice throughout the book, or is it a lot of build up and then spice at the end?
There's build up, but I'd say probably like halfway through you get spice, and
Okay.
then it like continues to be spicy.
Okay.
Like I got through it pretty quickly.
Mhm.
And this book just like unlocked something in me. And I have also been like wanting to have sex all the time, wanting to try way kinkier stuff than normal. I'm
Ooh.
like
I love this.
This book made me want to be like, okay, Colin, I'm going to have you pretend like
You're a stalker.
I'm saying no,
Oh.
like just like pretend like I'm saying no, but like you're going to do it anyway, you know, like that kind
Hot.
of thing, which was really fun. And yeah, it's like, so I guess if you read dark romance books, there's a lot of books like this where there's like, you know, this sort of like it's hard to even really define what this genre is, but I think part of it is like the relationships are fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of toxic, and it's like not something you would actually want in real life, but it's like fun as like a fantasy. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So that's like my obsession is like that book, and I guess that genre too. But
How did you find out about this genre / this book?
TikTok,
Oh.
it just came to me. You know, TikTok always knows.
TikTok knows. Is this like on Book Talk, or is this like Smut
Yeah,
Talk? Is
it's
this like a separate?
like smutty book talk. Like
Oh.
people definitely talk about this book.
I'm not on Smutty Book Talk. Will you send me some TikToks to get me
Yes,
on it? Okay.
I will.
I need to. I'm about to finish my series, so I need like
Yeah.
a new.
You need a
series.
next.
Did you
Yeah.
get Kindle Unlimited?
No, I got Audible.
Oh, okay.
Is that stupid? Should I get rid of it?
I
I'm
mean,
on the
I
free
have
trial.
both.
You have both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kindle Unlimited, you get like 20 or 30 books at a time, and like all of the smut books are on Kindle Unlimited, so you don't have to pay for any of them.
Okay.
Audible, you obviously only get one a month.
Yeah.
And then you have to pay for other ones.
Yeah.
But sometimes they do discounts where you can like, you know, get 3 books for the price of one or whatever. But I have them both. But
Okay.
Kindle Unlimited is great for the spicy ones because you can just get like 100 of them at a time.
Perfect.
But yeah, I'll send you some smutty book talk recommendations. The only thing
Yes.
about this Haunting Adeline book is that there's a sequel. I'm almost done with the sequel, and I hate it. It is not the same. And
fair.
it was like such a bummer because I was like, wow, this is like, I love this book. I'm so excited that there's like another one. And then the second one was just like, it did not hit the same.
Okay, that's
so.
well. Okay, so in the series I'm reading, book 1, I was like, this is the most incredible thing ever. I'm so into this story. I'm so obsessed. The second one, I was like, not just, it was fine, but the story just wasn't as good. Like the storyline, I'm like, didn't really care that much about the couple. But then the third one, I feel like really redeemed it. I'm like, the third one is incredible. So I'm really hoping the 4th and 5th are also incredible.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Fingers crossed. I mean, I do feel like there's a thing about book 2 being bad in a series. That's like a thing a lot of the time, especially if they're planning on doing more. Because like a lot of the time, book 2 is where they need to just like tie a bunch of stuff together to make the next part of the story make sense.
Got it.
So, I don't know.
You just got to stick with it.
Yeah.
Until it gets to that point. I mean, look at the Scream franchises.
Exactly.
This last Scream, though, really, I was like, you guys are doing it good.
Really? I haven't seen it.
It's like the sixth movie? Or 7th movie or something like that?
no
I was like,
idea.
should not be this good.
Yeah.
But it is. And they did a really good job, I will say, of like getting rid of like the original cast and kind of bleeding it into like this new cast, because that's always the problem I hated with like sequels and stuff, is that I don't care about the new cast.
Yeah.
And so it's like hard, but they did a really good job, and I actually do care about these characters and I care about their stories, and so I will continue. But but you had, I mean, how many Screams were there? And Scream 4 was not my favorite.
I don't think I've seen them past like the first or second. Maybe.
I think I've only seen the first one.
Yeah. I mean, it gets a little cringy, and you're just like, why are we continuing to make these?
Yeah.
And then now with the new cast and stuff like that, I'm just like, okay, I trusted you. So
And it was worth it.
Yeah. You just gotta hang in there.
Yeah. You gotta
Wait,
see it through.
You gotta get to book 6.
Yeah.
Before it starts to get good again.
Yeah.
What's your obsession?
My obsession, weirdly enough, Cheerios.
Just plain Cheerios?
Just Cheerios, yeah.
Wow.
I've been eating them. I don't know. Just been eating them for breakfast, lunch, midnight snack. I don't know. Something about it. It's been really comforting lately, and I've been really, really loving it. But other than that, an obsession that I've had this week, because I'm packing and I'm moving, is getting rid of things. And I know that everyone's like, yes, we love a purging moment, and, you know, does this spark joy? But I don't think of it as like, does it spark joy? Because yes, it still does. I still really like it. Is it something that I would buy again? Probably. Or maybe. And have you used it in a year? Like, those are always like a struggle for me.
Yeah.
So like those rules to go by. Because yeah, there's a lot of things that I have that I haven't used in a year or haven't worn in a year, but I am not going to get rid of it. But the thing that I'm obsessed with is, with this move, being really intentional with what I'm bringing, because I want it to make sense for my future self.
Oh, I love that.
So having this image of who you want to be and working towards that every single day, but is your space a space where your future self would live?
Okay.
That's such a good
This
way
is
to
amazing.
like make these decisions.
Yes.
Or like with your closet.
Yes.
Would my future self wear this?
Yes. And it's honestly helped me a lot with deciding on what I'm keeping, what I'm getting rid of. It's also re-sparked my love of black clothing. I love black clothing.
The best.
And I wore a lot of black for a really long time. And then I started to add color into it, because I felt like I had to add color into my wardrobe, because so many people were saying like, all you wear is black, and that's super boring, and like all of this stuff. And so, and it's not like I don't like color. I definitely still have like color in my wardrobe. But when I really think about like who I want to be, would my future self like wear this shirt? And no, she would not. She would wear this black shirt. And so it's helped me in that sort of sense. And so it's kind of like not re-sparked my love, but made me really feel comfortable with, like, I know I've worn all black for the last 13 days. That's fine. And I'm going to continue to do so.
It's called personal style, baby.
And it's also pushed me into finding items that are, yes, they're black, but the structure of them are super unique.
Ooh, like what?
So that it sticks out, like wearing this black harness, for example.
That's really cute.
Or like a full floor length leather black skirt. Like,
that sounds hot.
Yeah.
It's not just...
What kind of shoes would you wear with that?
Docs.
Classic.
Well, I feel like this outfit that you're wearing right now is like, it's all black, but it's a really interesting outfit.
Yeah.
Like, you have texture, you have like interesting details, like, it's not a boring outfit at all.
Thank you. And that's another thing, is like a challenge for me, because yes, it's black, but I'm not boring. And I don't want my wardrobe to be boring. And so you really, when you're shopping, I'm looking for very distinct pieces, because if I wear black all the time, I don't want someone to think like she's literally wearing the same outfit that she wore yesterday and the day before and the day before. But if you're wearing something that's very distinctive, then everyone's going to know, like, oh, that you're wearing something different, you know? So, so going through all my stuff and deciding, like, would my future self, or the woman that I see myself in the future, would she wear this? Would she own this? Is this apartment what she would live in? Which is why I'm moving, because my future self would be like, absolutely not. Why are you still there? Why are you still in that apartment? Because the apartment that I'm living in currently was supposed to just be like a temporary thing. It ended up turning into 2 years. And I think we find ourselves in that. And I think about myself in a, like, constantly thinking about, like, my future self and how she would be living, and this, like, the space that I was in, I was like, this is not it. This is not it. And so I had to change my environment. And so I chose to move, and I'm moving into a newer apartment, floor to ceiling windows, concrete floors. Love it.
We love that.
I love it. And normally, like, I live in really old buildings because I love the character of the buildings. And I will say you get way more space for, like, what you're paying than in newer buildings and stuff. So I love an old building. Don't get me wrong. I love the charm. But I'm, like, ready for the next step. So what I've really been doing, and what I'm super obsessed with, is really just asking myself, like, does this fit my future self? Even if I love the item, whether it's clothing or whether it's a decorative knickknack or if it's a furniture or something, really looking at it, appreciating it, loved it one time, but it's not fitting my future. And I think people can do that with lots of things, like your relationship, for example. You may still love that person, but if you're seeing your future self and it's not connecting, it's run its course. And so that's been my obsession this week, has really been, does this fit my future?
I like that a lot.
I'm gonna start embracing this.
Same.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good timing too, with, like, being like, I mean, we have a ways until the end of the year, but, just like thinking about going into next year.
Yes.
And, like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Even right now, like, a new season, it's like new season brings new changes. Like,
yeah.
I always like to, like, reflect and be like, what do I want this season? Like, I feel like that's a good, like, way to approach those things.
Yeah. And it's definitely, I think people wait until the new year to do those things. Something big happening, like a breakup, or even like a move. It's like, when I'm going to, like, do this. But I'm moving because I was thinking about what fits my future self. Because I could have just stayed where I was. But sitting and thinking about not only, clothing wise, but even, like, the friends that I have, things that I'm comfortable with sharing with people. And it's just, therapy's great. And it's really just I spend a lot of time of like, oh, in the future, my future self. And what's stopping me from living my future self right now?
Mm-hmm.
And so that really pushed me into like, no, I just need to move. I just need to pull the plug and just do it. It was a goal I set last year that 2023, I had 2 goals: was to get out of retail, which I did, and to move out of my apartment. And since it was getting in close to October, I was like, do I want to move? Should I just stay until like the holidays are over and then I'll like move at the beginning of the year, or people, all this stuff. But then I was like, I'm just making excuses at this point. So you just got to do it. And found a great place. And so I guess I'm obsessed with myself.
Perfect.
I love that. As you should be.
Yeah.
We could all use a little more of that.
So, yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, I have 2 obsessions this week, but they're short. So the first one is I got this new Wacom tablet for editing, which has been really cool. It's like editing with a pen. So I think my arthritis is going to go away.
I talked to my chiropractor about this today. Mm-hmm. And I asked her, like, should I get a tablet instead of a mouse? And she was like, you should. And what is even better is if you alternate between doing the mouse and the tablet so that you're never overdoing one thing. And you're getting more variety in, like, the way you're holding your body and doing your movements. And it made a lot of sense. So you could edit with the mouse sometimes, too, if you ever start to feel like the tablet is giving you issues.
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
It's been really fun. I'm only on, like, day 2 of learning how to use it, so I'm still, like, a little bit slow, and I need to, like, figure out how to program it a little bit better and, like, use all the keys and everything, but it's, like, it's a good learning curve, and I was, like, so I got it, and I was like, okay, like, maybe I should wait. I have a really big backlog of editing right now. Like, this is a really scary time to, like, learn a new tool, but then I was like, no, this is when I should be learning a new tool, because I, like, if I just keep pushing it off, I will just always keep pushing it off, where it's, like, it's here. I just need to jump in and force myself to do it, and so I have, even if I sit down to edit for, like, 10 minutes, I will pull it out and be like, no, you have to use this and you have to learn how to get better at it. So that's been good.
Wow.
Yeah.
At least using it for, like, maybe a client, like 2 of a client's photos. And then if it's really frustrating, then go back to the mouse. But then, like, the next set that you're editing, okay, I'm going to do 2 photos with this and see.
Yeah, or I'll like, still, like, use the keyboard for, like, certain shortcuts, but then I'll, like, make sure I'm, like, editing with the pen. So that's been cool.
Yeah.
I feel like this is good because it's like you're putting your delusional confidence into something other than a DIY project.
Exactly.
And we love to see it.
Yes. Yeah. And then my second one is, I think I was telling you about this a few weeks ago, but I've started doing this thing with my makeup where I will put my foundation on, but I only put it on, like, bottom half of my face, and then I will use my beauty blender to kind of, like, move it up on my forehead, but I don't ever put any on my forehead or really, like, anywhere above my eyes. And I feel like when I do it that way, it makes it look like you're not really wearing makeup because your forehead doesn't really look like there's makeup on it.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know. I've been really into this new technique.
Yeah.
So
that's smart.
That's been fun. And I'm, like, playing with it still. And granted, like, I don't have, like, most of my acne is, like, hormonal, so it's, like, on my chin area. So probably not a good tip if you're trying to cover up a lot of, like, forehead zits. But, yeah, I don't know. It's been working.
Wow. I love this.
I like it. Yeah.
Your skin is looking great.
It's getting a lot better. Yeah, thank you. It's been a fucking journey, and I think I'm nearing the end of it, hopefully. So, but today, someone, when I posted about my skin, had, like, DM me because she's about to stop breastfeeding, and she's like, I was so scared about this. I deal with really bad hormonal acne. So I was like, yeah, keep me posted, because I've gotten really deep on Reddit and just, like, things that I don't know. I feel like acne Reddit is kind of a crazy place.
It is.
But it's crazy because some people, like, my friends that I've talked to, like, nobody's really getting, like, weird hormonal acne after breastfeeding. But then I, like, get on Reddit and some people are like, it's been 3 years, and I'm like, oh god,
oh my god.
Oh god.
So it's the biggest hormonal change you go through in your life.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that if you have hormonal acne, it's going to get really bad when you stop breastfeeding.
I mean, breastfeeding's just wild. In general, like, on itself.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you lactate, or it's triggered by, like, sounds. Mm-hmm. So my sister, she had just had her daughter Penelope, and she was still breastfeeding, and we were, like, taking Christmas photos or something like that, and we're like, okay, now smile. And so we're smiling. And I was like, now everyone fake laugh. And so we were doing this fake laugh. And my sister said, okay, stop. And I thought I was like, she was saying stop because it was annoying. And so I just kept doing it. And she was like, Sabrina, stop. And I kept doing it. It was this like high pitched laugh just to annoy her. And she does this. And she's like, Sabrina, stop. And I did it. And she just puts her arms down and she goes, you bitch. And it's just, she's dating. And it's like, and I was like, what's happening? And she goes, it's the octave. Like her body thinks it's a baby crying or something. And I was just like, this is weird.
It's weird, dude.
It's weird, so weird that it just like triggers that way.
Yeah, it's super weird.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that once you stop, that your body then starts to do all these crazy things. Because that's nuts.
Breastfeeding is crazy. Being
so
pregnant
crazy.
is crazy too.
It's so crazy. But I really miss my pregnancy boobs, you guys. Like my breastfeeding boobs were sometimes I'll just go back and look at photos of myself that I took of myself like just topless. I was like, they were so good. They were so good.
It looked like you had fake tits.
Yeah, dude. I have this one photo. I probably won't post on Peach Posse, even blurred out. It's really, I'll show you. But it's like from like I think it was like day 4 or whatever, like after coming home from the hospital. And it's like when my milk first came in, and it's like, it actually is scary to look at it, you guys. Like the size of my boobs, it's like really terrifying. I don't remember them being that big.
There was one time my older sister, because again, I have lots of nieces, we went out to eat and she forgot her pump. And they were huge. And I was like, what's happening? And she goes, they hurt. And I forgot my pump. And so we're like in the girls' bathroom.
Oh yeah, was she hand expressing?
Yeah, but like she goes, can you help me? And so like they're like over the sink,
like milking her like a cow.
Yes, and I felt so bad because and my sister felt bad because she feels like she's wasting her breast milk.
Yeah.
But she's like, they're painful, and I just felt so weird. And like women were coming in, and of course we're all women, so it's like it's not a big deal. But it's just like very weird. I'm like, but she was like, when we were done, she goes, I feel so much better. Because of the pressure of them. And so it's just like, I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Pregnancy is crazy. Never have I ever.
Yeah.
So I just know stories from siblings and stuff. But
I know.
Okay, if the posse wants to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram. It is Sabrina, my first name, and then my name is spelled backwards, which I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to pronounce it backwards. And anyway, it's my first name, my name backwards, and then an underscore. Because, funny story, when I was making my Instagram, that's the screen name I decided to use. And I was like, nah, seems kind of lame. And so I was like trying to figure out something else. I was like, no, I actually like it. Because I was like, it's like a reflection.
Yeah.
But somebody had then taken it in like the few minutes that I was just kind of like debating. And so I was like, I don't want to be like Sabrina 1 or like, so there's an underscore. So it's at Sabrina and then Sabrina backwards underscore.
I always assumed that was like your last name or your middle name or something. But that makes a lot of sense.
No, it's a reflection. So it's my name backwards. Which I should probably figure out how to actually say it. But
That's fine.
Yeah. It's weird because I never say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'll write it.
Yeah.
But I've never had to actually say it. But yes, that's where you can find me. I post a lot about my cat and lots of boudoir shoots and just other fun things that I see around. So yeah, at me.
Yes.
They
Thank you
can
so
bring
much.
their perfume questions to you.
Yeah.
Perfume
Lingerie
questions. Yes. Yes. I'm actually my sisters and my cousin, we were over like 2020. We were wanting to do like a candle business because we love them.
Mm-hmm.
But lately, because I think it like popped up on my Instagram, it was like a class on how to make perfume. And I was just like, I'm going to come back to this because I think I was like trying to do something, but it's something that's like been sticking in the back of my head now was like, I should just learn how to make it.
You should. You totally
I
should.
would buy your perfume.
Yeah.
So I think I'm even if it's just for me or just like giving it out to friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, why not? So might be a next little venture.
Okay. I'm excited to see if you do
Yeah.
if you end up doing it.
I'm excited. It just might be like a hobby thing. So
Yeah.
which everyone should have. But yeah, it just popped up on my Instagram. And so I think I have to do some more research on like actually finding it out. And maybe I'll do one with all organic stuff.
That'd be cool.
So that
The
people
Anna special.
Yeah.
You can call it the Anna.
don't have to freak out over the chemicals in it and things like that. But, you know, I love perfume. And so,
Yay.
amazing.
Well,
Yay.
thank you for
Yeah,
joining
thank
us.
you so much for coming
Thank
on
you
the
for
pod.
having
It's a long
me.
time coming. We're so excited to have you here.
Yeah.
hopefully it's all usable.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Posse, you can find us at peach.posse on Instagram, Peach Posse on TikTok, Naked Peach Boudoir on all the socials, and nakedpeachboudoir.com. You can find me at T Smells with a Z.
You can find me at Anna McLaughlin Photo.
And we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.